Oh, Terapagos. Maybe this is what's going to be common. The Flut and the main in the Ogre is the main issues that would stop the Scream Tail. So it's interesting that Sub Carmine is now the most common. It was usually some coverage. Sub is very good on it though. Okay. Let's go Gouging Fire, Heat Trend, Screamtail, Coridon. Well, they aren't safe to go in the Incineroar, so Brute Bonnet would have been reasonable. Root Bonnet would have been very reasonable. So let's switch to Screamtail and Magma Storm. Yep, perfect. There's the Carmine. Excellent. And now, do I Encore the Incineroar as they try to protect and Parting Shot into the Rillaboom, or do I just Encore? Yeah, I think I still just Encore here. Yeah, that's still correct, in my opinion. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, cool. Then let us instead go for Disable here and Magma Storm here, because then that will stop the Follow Me. Because they are forced in to follow me. If they don't follow me, that's insane. That's fine. Yep, they had to follow me. Now that's disabled, which means I can disable the Terapagos next turn. Because they can't switch out. So, would Woodhammer get the Screamtail? Probably not, right? How much did Terra Starstorm do? 32%. So what I can do is I can Encore here, Encore them into that, and Protect, and then next turn I can disable the Terapagos. Wait, I don't outspeed. I'm a fool. I've completely messed up. Yeah, that doesn't work. Right, let's Encore the Terapagos and switch to Coridon so that I do outspeed. That was a silly mistake from me. Although it's uncommon for them to be fast now. So I think that's still reasonable. Yeah, they made the right play. Ah, yes, clutch. Which means I can now Encore and Close Combat to cover for the Incineroar. But then I'll take extra... Well, I'll take the defense drops, which isn't the most ideal. I can Flare Blitz to cover for the Fluttermane, like I've done previously. And then I take barely any recall, so I think that's best. Yeah, cool. I'm content with that. There's the Fluttermane, let's protect. Terrify Flare Blitz. Thunderwave is the worst case. Just Icy Wind, that's fine. Perfect. So then... I mean, if they fake out the Screamtail, no, that should be fine. How fast am I? I should still outspeed, and I'll find out this turn if I am. No, I won't, because they're protecting. That's fine, yeah. O-code. Perfect. And then Screamtail 1v1s this every single time. So, Magma Storm, let's switch to Gouging Fire, so that I definitely outspeed. And as soon as I break the substitute, the game is done. Cool, that was good. Next up. Same thing, I think. Yep, they lead with the same thing as well. Odd. This time I will break it this way round. And for some reason they faked out the Gouging Fire when I Magma Storm trapped them last time. Okay, cool. Then let us Dragon Dance and Encore here. Because if they switch to Ogre Pond, that's fine, because I've now Dragon Danced. That's fine. I am now Dragon Danced. So... I won't KO the Ogre Pawn, but I will if I switch to Koraidon. But that will be a lot of damage that I take. This is going to be a lot of damage that I take. Oh no, wait, they're going to Terra and then they get rid of my son. That was a bad play. That was a bad play. That was a very poor play from me. However, this works out actually, doesn't it? Because I live with both. The next turn I threaten the KO into Ogre Pawn and close combat into Terapagos. So they have to switch to Incineroar / protect and sack the Ogre Pawn. So I'm going to Burning Bulwark and switch to the Screamtail. Right? That works. Yep, they were trying to sack, they're going to protect. They didn't. What? I would have just got the double KO. What? What was that? That was a terrible play from them. That was just a double KO for me. What was that? Well, this is another situation well, surely they don't just let me do the thing, because Heat Crash and Close Combat wins the game on the spot. But apparently it does not, so... Let's do... How much did it do previously? Come on, where is it? Too much. Right, so then let's... Heat Crash and Protect. That's quite frustrating that they made that play, because that would have lost them the game immediately to the most basic one, and that was also interesting. That's fine, right? Because I've got you pinned, you can only do one. Because I'll KO this Fluttermane now. That's fine. Because now I go into Heatran so that I'm not intimidated. I can't remember if Disable goes through sub. That's a silly thing to forget. Because if it does, I can switch to Koraidon with Heatran, get the Sun, and then immediately disable them. I cannot remember. It's annoying that I can't remember. Oh, they faked out anyway, so that's good that I didn't do that. If this breaks the sub, I should be good. It did not. Okay. But I still should be good because I can KO it next turn. Oh, my citrus berry's been eaten. Okay. That does not help me. They just protected. That was a good play. That was a good play. No, it wasn't a good play. Because I can switch now. So long as I break through the paralysis. That was not a good play. As long as I outspeed. Come on, Screamtail. You can do it. Oh. 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 Nice. And the game is sealed. Because it is close combat here. And it is... it is not sealed. But it's looking pretty good. No, it is sealed, isn't it? I get two close combats, right? Yeah, it should be fine. And then... Yeah, as long as I just break through. Well, it's on this turn, isn't it? No, it doesn't make a difference. I get two. I get two. As long as they don't double protect here. Yeah, cool. And then close combat is just an Oko. Cool. Screamtail clutching it again. Very nice. Come on, there's nothing that can be done. Koraidon Okos you. That doesn't make a difference. If you double protect again, I'll just switch out my Koraidon. It's fine. You can't do anything. There's nothing that can be done outside of a quintuple protect. Oh, quadruple is all you need. You only need quadruple. I've never seen a quadruple in person, though. I've seen a video of a quadruple, but I've never seen a quadruple myself. But then you don't tend to see them because you need to have got the double protect and the triple protect in the first place. But the amount of situations where you actually have to go for a triple or a double is very, very slim. So you just don't see enough of them to get to the point where the odds mean you did, if that makes sense. It did in my head. Right, so just 1400s person. Pretty basic. Calyrex, it's close combat though. Okay, because it's the cornerstone one, that does make it a little bit more awkward for my Heatran. And Brute Bonnet lead. Let's go with Brute Bonnet Heatran anyway. Let's just go with the standard and see what happens and then adjust if I need to. Yeah, they do. Oh, not quite go with the lead that was expected. Okay. Right, so let's attempt to deal with this. Ogerpon. Oh, that works out well. Happy with that, especially because I didn't Terra. That was worth it for sure. Because this KO's Ogerpon. Factoring in the Magma Storm as well. But yeah, nice. That's a good start. Very pleased I haven't used my Terra yet. How fast is their Calyrex? Because if I outspeed, Spore is guaranteed. And I cannot Terra safely in case they Thunderbolt me as well. So let's attempt to Spore and let's attempt to substitute. I will not be able to substitute, but I do outspeed. Okay. Cool. So now I can Spore the Raging Bolt and attempt to Magma Storm, and I'll be slower now. So this is a zoom lensed one, but I am paralyzed. That's fine. I'll get some extra chip. Every bit of chip helps. Let's Spore here and attempt to Magma Storm the Raging Bolt if they'll let me. They are going to try and let me. But I get my Spore first, even if they wake up. If they do, that's fine. That's the double KO, but that is now my Walking Wake and my Koraidon. And I can, I believe, close combat Oko them. I'm trying to remember, do I Oko them? Do I need to double with Dragon Pulse just to guarantee it? Because their Choice Scarf, that doesn't make a difference to me. They've used their Terra. Let's just do this to learn. I will Terra Fire because that will live the Glacial Lance then. But let's just do this to learn. I will not learn this turn. But that's okay. Because I should be able to double the Calyrex now. And they can't deal with both Pokemon quickly enough. I believe Breaking Swipe and Dragon Pulse with Beads of Ruin helping should be enough. Which means I don't drop my defenses on Koraidon, which should make it completely guaranteed. Right? As far as I can see. Come on. Accept your fate. I guess like double protect is the only way this can really go wrong, but by going for Breaking Swipe, that takes away that chance because Breaking Swipe will two-shot the Chi-Yu. So I should still be good. I guess Dark Pulse Flinch is all I can see that would make this go wrong. Yep, just Dark Pulse Flinch, that's all. So let's not do that, please, Chi-Yu. And can we not just time out again? Come on. I mean, if you time out, you go into Heat Wave and I win, but, you know, I prefer to just get on with it. Do you know that Chi-Yu stole my World's Invite for 2023? In the tournament that I just need to get any points from, I lost 4 separate games to Dark Pulse flinching my Trick Room as it was about to be set up and guaranteed to win the game. Because it was like all 4 of them were second Trick Rooms that for sure won the game. And they're gone, so fair enough. And if any of them didn't, then I would have got points and got my invite. But because all 4 of them flinched. It's just another thing showing the curse of the RNG against me. I mean, I've tried to mitigate RNG as much as possible. Like, on this team, there's Magma Storm, and there's Draco, technically Snarl, but doesn't really matter. He says he's about to lose the final to a Snarlmas. But there's generally very accurate moves on this team. So I've been trying to mitigate that as much as possible. I've got fast Pokemon, I've got slow Pokemon, so I'm against the standard here, but they do have a Landorus with the Choice Scarf, so let's stick with this for now and adjust if needed. They are not safety goggles, that's good, but they are Terra Grass. Oh, but they are Taunt, okay. Okay, because they're Taunt on Incineroar, that does actually change things. Because they Taunt my Brute Bonnet turn 1, and Brute Bonnet Heatran doesn't do well against that. So let's instead go Brute Bonnet and a Walking Wake to catch that Grimmsnarl, then Heatran and Koraidon. Like so. So they could Terra Grass and survive. That would be entirely reasonable. So, you would have thought that they are forced into Taunt into the Brute Bonnet, right? If I'm following that logic, I can immediately do this and snipe the Calyrex, because this does KO most Calyrexes. Unless they are quite specially bulky, this just snipes Calyrex. And even if it doesn't, it will be in Sucker Punch range. But you have to Taunt the Brute Bonnet, right? No? Am I just not following correct logic? It would seem. Like that was sound logic, right? That I could have just spored the Calyrex. But apparently not. People don't follow my logic on occasions. So now let's go for sub and again try and snipe the Calyrex, but now things are looking very bad without my Koraidon. Okay, good play, good play. Yep, and they passing shot and I don't KO them anymore. At least this turn we'll find out if the... Well, no, Heatran... Well, so they go on, I guess. Okay, cool. Well, I guess I'll double, but that was quite a killer turn 1 where they did not follow my logic. And I thought my logic was quite reasonable. But alas, apparently not. So... They got Urshifu. There's nothing I can do against that because I've taken damage. Yep, there's nothing I can do against that. Well, that's good damage, though. And then there we get the KO, and then that's game over. So that's quite frustrating, because, like, I thought my logic was sound. Because, like, you have to taunt. I can just spore you, right? So a little bit surprising. Right, so let's do this again. And then this time they got to switch it up, right? As far as I can see. I'm still going to go with the same thing. Like you have to taunt, right? So I'm going to see if they actually respect it this time. I don't know, no. My logic was flawed. They can't taunt because I can just Hydro Steam KO them. Right? That was the flawed logic. No, I take it back. I retract my statements. They can't taunt because I can just Hydro Steam. So this is forced from them. Okay, there we go. So that's what should have happened on the turn. That's the logic they were following. Now they taunt. So that is, again, quite frustrating. However, now I can just do this and snipe you again. Right? Don't protect. Ooh. Can they see me sniping them? They did not. Okay, cool. So we're right back in this. This is much better. That one's fine. It's quite a way of doing this. Because I'll have a Moongus waiting in the back, right? Feel like they should attack the Walking Wake and fake out the Koraidon. Yeah, and then attack there with a Wicked Blow. No, they close combat. Okay, so it would have just let me break the Sash. Again, quite frustrating. So let's Flare Blitz here and sacrifice my Koraidon as I attempt to Spore. That works out reasonably well. So now let's go Heatran. And I can hopefully hit a Magma Storm. They have Terrored. And they just protected, so this is the correct play. And Close Combat doesn't KO my Heatran, so I don't need to Rage Powder. Right? Like so. Cool, and then this should just hit, and then I should be good. There we go. Cool, game over. That was better, even though the turn 1 went much more wrong. That one's fine. This can be just, I reckon, just Terra Blast. Although I probably should Magma Storm in the sun. Then Dragon Pulse. And I hit. So it should have been Terra Blast objectively, based on that damage. But, oh well. Any reason to adjust? I'm going to bring Screamtail over Koraidon, I think. Because they haven't been getting into Trick Room. Although this leaves me very vulnerable to the Amoonguss if I don't bring Heatran. But then Heatran is worse against the Urshifu. I guess I can Encore Disable the Amoonguss, but hopefully they're going to just drop it this time as I make my adjustment. / I preserve my Koraidon so that I can Flare Blitz it. They go with the same thing. Right, so now we're in a mind game. Do you reckon Draco goes the Incineroar? Probably not. I'm going to start with this again. Okay, cool. I got that one correct. How fast are they? They are faster, but I live. And this is very reasonable. Okay. So now, let's go Koraidon and... yeah, I'll force the Terra. Nope, no Terra. That's good. And now, just don't... wait, no, it doesn't matter. This will be fine. I was going to say don't wake up, but this should be fine. If they go into Urshifu, I'll Flare Blitz the Calyrex. And if they go into Amoonguss, I can Terrafire Flare Blitz just to get around... oh, that's annoying. Still regular Flare Blitz. And sacrifice Walk and Wake. Because this gives me Screamtail. Just don't wake up. Don't wake up. Don't wake up! Nice. That gives me Screamtail. Perfect. So then now I can disable you. And they've used their Terror as well. So what did they go for on the first turn? It was Glacial Lance. Okay. That's okay. I will sacrifice myself here. I'm forced to, but I get the disable here. That's alright. And then... I should be able to... I think Screamtail can still do this. Right? As long as they're not timid. Yes, got them. Because this will KO the Urshifu, right? Nice. And then I can disable them on this turn. So I can go for Disable Spore on the last turn, and this is now guaranteed. Cool. Okay, that was a little bit trickier, but I'm content with that. And, like, oh, well, they were almost 1700s. Not bad. But yeah, Screamtail is proving its worth, so I'm strongly considering that over Fluttermane now.